Percentages are a great way to compare information by all putting it into something out of 100%. So this question states the grades earned by 4 students on a math quiz are shown in the table in different formats. What number represents the highest grade? So we have a decimal, we have a fraction, and we have 2% already written out. This one's 78%, and that one's 84%. So let's start with the fraction. When you have a fraction, we want to change it to a decimal before we can change it to a percent. So I've brought up our calculator. We're going to type in 33 over 40. We can either hit 33 divided by 40, or we can hit the fraction button on this particular calculator. So we hit 33 over 40, and it gives us 0.825. So now we take that decimal and we want to multiply that decimal by 100 because again all percents are out of 100. So 0.825 times 100 gives us 82.5%. So this changed to the decimal 0.825. Then when we multiply that by 100 we get 82.5%. If we're already a decimal, then all we need to do is multiply that by 100. 0.89 times 100 is 89%. Some people also like to use the method where you move the decimal 2 spots over. That's completely fine. If you already know that 0.89 is 89%, then you don't have to plug it into a calculator. So now we compare the 4. And the biggest percent is the 89%, so the 0.89 is the highest grade. That would be 0.89 out of 1, which is the same as 89% out of 100. We also can take a percent and write it as a decimal or a fraction. What is 85% written as? A decimal or a fraction. We could also use the method where we just count over, or we can plug this into the calculator as 85 divided by 100. So when we have a decimal and we want to change it to a percent, we multiply by 100. When we have a percent and we want to change it to a decimal, we divide by 100, 0.85. Now this is to the hundredths place. We have tenths, we have hundredths. So as a fraction, we would put 85 over 100, or we would remember the fact that all percents are out of 100. But then we need to reduce this fraction. So if we have something that ends in 5 and ends in 0, we can reduce by dividing by 5. 85 divided by 5 is, I'm going to pull up the calculator again. 85 divided by 5 is 17, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So we'd get the fraction 17 out of 20, or this calculator has a fraction button feature where we could have taken the decimal, 0.85, and convert it to a fraction, and it automatically shows us the fraction, 17 over 20. So that's just an introduction to percents of how to change back and forth between a decimal, a fraction, or a percent.